I got my buddy Ryan over here. He's not much for a mechanic, but he ain't too bad to look at anyway. So he's helping out. Couldn't have timed that better. Alright, today's makeover day for Wilbur. We're going to be working on hopefully replacing or repairing this bed cylinder. I think I've told you guys it leaks like a freaking sieve coming out of the top. Anytime we go to put the bed down, it just jets oil out of here. Which of course I just deal with, but it costs me a lot in hydraulic oil. So I got my buddy Ryan over here. He's not much for a mechanic, but he ain't too bad to look at anyway. So he's helping out. Couldn't have timed that better. So he's helping out. We're going to disconnect this one off. Wilbur, what the plan for today is, I've got the spare cylinder off the parts truck. I'll take out and show you there in just a second. But we're going to take this cylinder off the truck, chain it off to the back bumper or something of Wilbur to hold it, and then we'll use the tractor. Even better. So much for leaving that up so you don't have to pull it out as far. Hey, that should be a good sign though. It's laid easy, right? Yeah. So anyway, we're going to get the cylinder off, laid down, tied off to the back of the truck, and then we'll pull the ram out with the tractor. And the plan for today, hopefully, is just to swap in this other ram out of the parts truck. With any luck, we can just get the two traded. This one looks decent from what we can see. We can't, excuse me, we can't see the internal seals on the top end, but the bottom end they look okay, I guess. We had to fight with this one a little bit. These look good from what I know anyway. Those look good, but we do have to fight with it a little bit coming out of here because, well, you guys can't see inside. There's a lot of little fine rust and crap on the top side of that cylinder. So hopefully we didn't scar it up yanking it out of there, but we got it popped out. Oh wow,
I was thinking about pinning it, the old one in here, pin the old one in there. That way we'll have a level place to stab the rod. We can get the to pin in there.
Yeah, if it would fit, that'd be all right.
Yeah. Should
Smart.
fit.
We can do it. I mean, we can pin on the back of Wilbur too. It's got the same.
The bed's,
the bed's too high.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at this. It's all rusty right there, where it was on the top side.
Mm-hmm. All the condensation.
Yeah. So anyway, that's our plan for today. Probably not going to get any good action shots for you guys because I've got to actually try to help him when he's not bathing in oil. But the plan is just to swap the rams for today. Hopefully that'll work. If it does, we may or may not send this other ram back with him and he'll rebuild it kind of on his own time, just so I've got a backup. But I'm half inclined not to really do that. Probably just slide it back in this other cylinder and keep it for parts and then rebuild it in the future if I have to. But anyway, that's what we got going on. So we're going to keep working on as best we can here. I think we've just about drained all the oil now, so it ought to be pretty easy going now. Well, we're progressing ahead. The cylinder actually pulled out of the truck extremely easy for being such an old truck. These pins are nicely greased. I'll take credit for that. So we got it set up here in the back. We haven't tried to slip it yet, but we had to fight with taking this top nut out. And I was just going to the gland, I'm sorry. We had to get this gland broke loose. And between the two of us, we couldn't beat on it or pull on it. So we got the pipe wrench set just right on it and then took the tractor bucket and set down and was actually able to just put that real steady pressure and pop it loose. So got lucky there because we were afraid we were going to be done for the day and have to go get a bigger pipe wrench, but we got to pop loose. So we'll get this gland backed out. We'll see if we can get this cylinder slid out and see how it looks. All right, so we got our old one out here and we've managed to stab the new one, which I don't know whether which one's new or old, but this is the replacement. And the way we had to do this, we picked up with a strap in the middle of the cylinder with the tractor to where it was balanced and guided it in, and we got it started in just by, you know, wiggling and try to keep it straight and tapping on it with a hammer until we got that lower seal all in, and then actually set the eye of the cylinder in the bucket of the tractor and just push forward real steady to drive it in the rest of the way. So we're getting the top gland nut tightened back down now, and then we'll get it carried back over and try to get it stabbed in. Okie dokie. We new cylinder put together. And I'm driving up there by the truck, by some music. Got this strap hooked in the eye of the cylinder there so that I can drive and keep it held straight so it's not bouncing all around. And this will actually be handy when we get up there. We got to stab it in the truck. It'll help me to be able to sit on the tractor and go up and down and steer the end of the cylinder around a little bit. Anyway, so far so good. Had to use the tractor to bump the cylinder in the rest of the way, but got her slid together, and now we'll see if we can get it stabbed in place. Well, I'm sorry I didn't get more action footage for you guys, but yeah, there's some action. I'm walking in a circle while I look at it. There's our old ram. The seals that were leaking are the ones inside this gland nut there. So you can't see them to really know why they were leaking. The top of the cylinder had this weird sort of scar on it, and when you run your fingers across it you can barely feel it, but I mean, best I can guess is that's why it was wearing out those seals, was just from whatever that scar is. But the good, great, grand news is the bed cylinder on the truck does not leak, period. So the old parts truck is starting to pay off. It took 4 hours for Ryan and I to do this swap. I paid him, you know, above what he makes at his day job, just because I really appreciate him coming by and doing it. But I paid him $200, I guess 300 all in, because I paid him the other day to come by and kind of start on it. But $300, that's nothing. To take that, if I were to pay a field mechanic to come out, take that cylinder off the truck, take it to a shop, have it all fully rebuilt, I can't even begin to guess, but it'd be well over $1,000, I'm sure. It'd probably be $1,000 just in labor to pay, you know, standard field mechanic rates. So anyway, super exciting, super happy to be able to have my own parts and pieces to work on stuff like this. Still got a couple drips and seeps. That steering cylinder there, both of the fittings on it are leaking just ever so slightly. So I need to try to get those replaced, but those are actually the steering cylinders off the parts truck as well, because way back, if you guys remember the first time I picked it up from the transmission repair, the steering cylinders were leaking like crazy. So then when it went back to the shop and they had to pull the transmission again, I said, hey, since you got those steering cylinders off, put these on instead. So anyway, we're gaining on old Wilbur here. He's getting better and better, but super duper excited. That cylinder was leaking to the point where it would squirt out about a pint of hydraulic oil every time you cycled it. That gets expensive fast. So anyway, happy to have it back together and not leaking there, and still be trying to pick off little leaks here and there. But yeah, cool. It went really well. Like I said, sorry I didn't get any good action footage for you guys, but it went better than could be expected. I mean, 4 hours to do all that, take it apart, put it all back on. It's pretty awesome.